Airbnb experiences. What is it? Where did it go? When is it coming back? All that and more in this video. Hey, welcome to the channel. My name is Kendra. I am a professional experience creator. I used Airbnb experiences to grow and start a super successful and also meaningful business. And now I'm at the point where I'm able to create passive income by using Airbnb experiences. That way I can share everything I've learned with you, including what I believe is the return of Airbnb experiences. Yes, so if you've recently thought about Airbnb experiences as a way to make money, maybe you have an existing Airbnb accommodation, or you just have a gift or a talent or something that you're passionate about and you want to share it with other people, Airbnb experiences is a great way to do that. But recently you might have noticed that the option to create a new experiences is gone, at least temporarily. I'm telling you right now, if you want to be the first one to know when Airbnb experiences opens their applications, subscribe to this channel, hit the notification bell, because as soon as they do, your girl gonna be the first one hitting their application submit button, because I currently run 4 Airbnb experiences, either myself or I hire people to do them for me, and I have so many other experiences that I'm wanting to create, so I am with you and waiting until Airbnb opens up the floodgates, and when they do, I have the experience and the knowledge of how to submit my application correctly the first time, so that way it gets approved right away, rather than actually having to get it declined and get bumped to the bottom of the list. So I can tell you with absolute certainty that Airbnb is not going to put out an all points bulletin saying, hey everybody, Airbnb experiences is back, come put in your applications, come overwhelm our system with applications. They're not going to do that. So if I were you, I would highly recommend subscribing to this channel so that you can learn about how to create the best possible experience, how to grow the experiences you already have, how to grow a tour operating company, and how to make meaningful passive income. As an existing Airbnb experience host, I can tell you with absolute certainty, as certain as life can be, that Airbnb experiences will definitely be back. Don't worry. On the bottom of the Airbnb experiences page, there is a very specific message that says, applications are on pause, we'll be back soon. Well, what is soon? Is soon 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, a year? Airbnb experience in the past has gone on pause for over a year, so who's to say that that won't happen again? Full disclosure, I don't work at Airbnb, so I can't tell you the exact time and date that Airbnb experiences will start taking applications again. However, as a existing host, I can tell you based on the things that Airbnb has said and the things that are changing with Airbnb experiences when I expect that they will be returning. The first people who are gonna know when Airbnb experiences is going to return, besides the people who work at Airbnb, are people who are current Airbnb experience hosts. We know that they will be back, and they say they'll be back soon. So here are a few signs that I think explain why Airbnb experiences will be back soon. One of the biggest, most obvious reasons, aside from the fact that Airbnb experiences says that they'll be back soon, is that they've been making a lot of changes to the platform. They've been making changes to their terms and agreements, their services agreements, and they've been sending out emails to existing hosts saying, hey, things have changed, specifically as it relates to the liability insurance policies that cover your Airbnb experience and the guests who are on the experience when they're with you and booking through Airbnb experiences. If you're not aware, Airbnb experiences does charge a 20% fee per guest, and that is not something like Airbnb accommodations where the guest pays a service fee that comes out of your income. So if you set up an Airbnb experience and you charge $65 per person, guarantee you will absolutely receive about $56 per person. That math adds up, right? Hopefully. One of the ways in which it is very clear Airbnb is getting ready to come back soon is because it used to take maybe 1 or 2 days to get your photos approved, but nowadays it takes more like a week to 2 weeks, which tells me that they are making changes to how things are done. And I know you're thinking maybe like, Kendra, what do the photos have anything to do with anything? Well, unlike Airbnb accommodations, Airbnb experiences has to approve every single photo that you upload. Why is that important? Because you need photos of you doing the thing in order to submit an Airbnb experience. If you want to learn more about how you can get your Airbnb experience set up correctly the first time and get your application approved right away, you're going to want to check out the description below to check out the ebook that I created to give you a little guide on how you can actually get it set up correctly the first time. I'm telling you, when the floodgates reopen for Airbnb experiences again, that's going to be super critical to you getting your application approved the first time. If right now, with current Airbnb experience host, it takes a week and a half to 2 weeks just to get one photo approved, I can absolutely guarantee you when the floodgates open and everybody starts putting their applications in, you're gonna be looking at a month, maybe even 2 months to get your photos approved. So get your photos and your whole Airbnb experience approved the first time, because if they don't approve it, it's gonna get bumped to the bottom of the list and have to be reviewed. And then it's gonna take longer for you to get started, for you to make money, for you to be happy, or whatever it is that your motivation is for starting an Airbnb experience. Now, this next one is more of a speculation, but if you've ever called Airbnb about your accommodation or even about your experience, you'll know that they outsource their customer service to different countries outside of the United States. Airbnb for over 11 years as a accommodation guest, I have also called them as a experience host. And I can tell you with 100% certainty that they always transfer you to somewhere else and they say someone else handles that, or that's a different department, or there's a different company who manages that. And so my speculation is maybe they're moving everything more in-house. Maybe that's why it's taking longer for photos and videos to be approved. I do not know. It's just a speculation, but that could be a lot of the reason why things are taking longer than expected. Those of you who've been using Airbnb for a while might have noticed that Airbnb is missing some things. During the COVID pandemic, they actually started allowing people to do online experiences that help people to create monetary value from within their homes. You could do Airbnb living room scavenger hunts. You could do, online baking classes from home, different things. And if you've noticed, a lot of those are now missing. They're not available. It used to have a separate tab that said online experiences, and that is completely gone now. And that kind of makes sense, right? Airbnb experiences is meant for having experiences, and it's meant to be partnered with people using Airbnb accommodations. I even have people who buy an Airbnb experience to have my experience and end up staying in a hotel. So Airbnb experiences is really growing and really expanding beyond people who are staying in Airbnbs. Personally, I have absolutely stayed in a hotel and gone to Airbnb experiences looking for something to do. 100% I have done that. So you're definitely going to want to be ready whenever the floodgates open to get your application in, because Airbnb is growing and it's changing. It makes sense that Airbnb would remove that service from the platform since the pandemic is over and we really no longer have a reason for that service as it relates to people getting to know the cities that they're visiting while using the Airbnb service. So those are just a couple of examples of how Airbnb is changing, what they're doing differently, some of the pieces that we see as Airbnb experience hosts moving around. Please make sure that you subscribe to this channel, hit the notification bell. And no, I don't just post videos about Airbnb, but rather tourism as a whole, experiences, self-guided experiences, basically how I've grown this amazing business and become very well known and respected in my community for the way that I bring people together. So like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.